Alrighty, how's it going, everybody? Sahara Drac, and this is the WCS, the BattleNet Championship preview show that I'm going to be hosting for eSports Core. I'm really excited about this tournament. I thought one of the big faults with the StarCraft scene ever since StarCraft 2 came out, and even before that, was that there was no great big tournament that really told you who the best player in the world was. And it really is that globalization that, even though obviously one of the countries is pretty dominant, it's that competition between nations, that Olympic style feel that that makes the StarCraft scene so exciting. At least for me, that's true. I'm really excited to see it's the best players from Europe, Asia, North America, South America. No Africans, no African StarCraft scene yet. It's coming though. It's coming, and it's going to be fantastic. So yeah, huge prizes, but more importantly, whoever wins this thing will be considered the champ for the year, and I really would like that sort of title to stick, that kind of prestige to come with this tournament. It's officially sanctioned by Blizzard, etc., etc. So yeah, I'm going to go down. I'm going to break down the brackets. I'm going to give you my predictions and my thoughts on the players and the matchups. I've been following a lot of these players. A lot of them I actually have never seen play, but that's only natural when you're from Mexico. Which segues to our next point. These predictions are based on two factors. One, racism. Just blatant, unforgiving racism. I'm sorry. Koreans are just better at StarCraft right now. The other factor, alcoholism. Blatant, uncompromising, unwarranted alcoholism. So yeah, keep that in mind. Take these predictions with a grain of salt. And let's enjoy. Alright. Oh, I'll also be judging based on their appearances. Alright, let's go. Alright, taking a look at the group stages. These are the overall groups. Each one of these groups has a small bracket being played within it, but to set up the final bracket. First thing that you'll notice taking a look at this is a lot of Zerg. There's a lot of Zerg in this tournament. A lot of Protoss too. There's only four Terrans in this tournament, and two of them are playing each other right away, so that's pretty insane. No TVZ matchups this tournament, not one. And that kind of sucks because that's my favorite matchup. It's the one I like watching the most, and it's the one I'm the best at. But as you might recall, I'm a Terran player. I tried Protoss for a while, but I decided to stop being an asshole. Also, I sucked with them, actually, to tell you the truth. But yeah, that's the number one glaring thing of this group stage is the lack of Terrans. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and I'm going to start with Group B because I want to talk about this game. Okay, first match we're going to talk about is IGECOM from China against EG Suppy, who plays for obviously the Evil Geniuses team. IGECOM, decent looking chap. He's from China. His EVZ percentages aren't the greatest. They're not the worst either, but it's not his best matchup. He did, however, 2-0 the second best Zerg over there in China right now. Tuding 2-0 in the finals of the China WCS, the tournament to get here, basically, to this tournament. And so he does have some capability to be good Zerg, so this should be an interesting match. Suppy, he's played in a lot more tournaments. I don't know, his ZBZ percentages are better, so I'm going to go ahead and say that this one's going to go to Suppy. So moving from one ZVZ that I wasn't all that pumped about to another ZVZ that I am actually really excited about. It's Sen from Taiwan versus Dignitas Killer. Sen, everybody loves Sen. The guy's been around since the beta, since before the beta. He's been pro gaming it up. He's just really fun to watch, one of the best streams, just plays top level play all the time, so consistent, just so good. And he's playing Felipe Zuniga from Chile, otherwise known as Dignitas Killer. The Chilean StarCraft players, they can actually, the South Americans can be pretty surprising sometimes. I wouldn't completely discredit him in this matchup. He has a lot of tournament experience, and he's just a really good player too. I am going to give it to Sen though, just because I love him. I want to hold him in my little arms, or I want to hold his little body in my big arms, actually, at night, to be more accurate. That's how good he is at Zerg. So yeah, we're gonna hand this one to Sen. Oh boy, and this next matchup is every white nerd's dream. It's Grubby versus Huck. Grubby, one of the all-time greatest Warcraft 3 players, actually, against, everybody knows Huck. He's a Canadian, he's a white dude, he's really good with Protoss, and he does crazy strats sometimes, and they're really fun to watch. Both really big fan favorites. I'm just really excited to watch this match. It's Protoss versus Protoss, and unfortunately for Huck, Grubby's PvP percentages are fantastic. He's really good in this matchup, in this mirror match, whereas Huck it's not his strongest matchup. So, and because I'm old school, I'm like an ancient relic of the past, like I'm a dusty old bones, I'm going to go ahead and give this one to Grubby because, the PvP percentages and because, Warcraft 3, man. It's a good game. Well, kind of. Anyways, yeah, Grubby. Okay, and then we're going to talk about Nat Geo! Hey, it's a Nat Geo! He's back! Come on, my papa! He's moved a lot. He's evolved a lot since the days during the beta, when I would just make fun of his name. And he's going to be playing Creator.Prime. Creator is a really young player. He's 15. Don't know a whole lot about him. I know he's been winning IGN's Fight Club for a few weeks now. I know he's, pretty good at StarCraft since he's in this tournament. But I know a lot more about Nat Geo. I'm going to feign ignorance on this one, and I'm going to just go ahead and favor Nat Geo on this just because of his experience, his age, and he's just gotten really good. So, there's that. Motherfucker. Alright, next up, Parting versus Sock, from Germany. Parting, known for talking shit in interviews and stuff, and it's awesome. I think he's hilarious. He's very young, he's very Korean, he's very, very skilled in PvP. So Sock is going to have his hands full. The thing about Sock is he's the guy at the nerd store. Like, just if you look at him, he's the guy playing High Elves in Warhammer or Blood Angels in 40k. Like, he's been playing High Elves for 15 years, and he's just get a haircut, man, please. Like, you look, the goatee. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and give this a Parting because he's Korean. And while we're on the subject of unfortunate haircuts, e.g. Stefano will be taking on Liquid Hero. This is actually an exciting matchup because of the haircuts. Stefano's looking to prove that just because he's not the prettiest one, which of course Liquid Hero obviously is, doesn't mean that his haircut can't reign supreme in this matchup. He's got great roach play. Hero hasn't, he's like Ukyo from Samurai Showdown. He has this beautiful hair and this like flock of girls that follows him wherever he goes. So like that's cool. Like you can't fault that. But I'm gonna go ahead and say Stefano's gonna win this one. I think he's a better player, and maybe he can buy a hat or something. So there you go. Yes, and there he is. Arguably, I don't want to go out on a limb or anything, but arguably the best Zerg in the world. IG Hydra. He's going to take on Roro. Roro. Yeah, he's an unknown Korean, this guy, Roro. I don't know anything about him. It's a ZBZ. Hydra, I want to see Hydra play more matches. I want to see him play against more than one player, so I want Hydra to win. There you go. Yeah, plus Hydra's probably just better. Yeah, man. Alright, our next matchup is a TVP, and when I announce the names, it's going to sound more like a featherweight boxing match. We're going to have Carlos Leonardo Cruz, a.k.a. Levin. He's going to be taking on the old school and often favored Pedro Moreno Duran, otherwise known as LuciferOn. And Levin's a lot newer. He's a Warcraft 3 player. He's just recently become known from this series, this WCS series. And LuciferOn's been around since the beta, and I remember he played one of the best games I ever commentated, and he just is entertaining all the time. And a very, very, very good player. So I'm going to go ahead and hand this one to LuciferOn just based on experience. I got to stop saying handed. There's got to be another term for this. Okay, and here we have LuciferOn's brother, Vortex. He's going to be taking on RouteVibe, who his real name is Dan Sherlong. And sorry, it's another ZBZ. Unfortunately, I just there's so much ZBZ in this tournament. That's okay. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. Vortex has played a lot of tournaments. The RouteVibe is relatively newer. He's also got a 15% edge in the ZBZ, and his opponent's name is Sherlong. So yeah, let's go with Vortex. And again, doing our country proud, we have State, who came up with the name, I guess because he lived in one, playing a TVT against BabyNight from Denmark. BabyNight, I would say, is one of the best Terrans in Europe. Obviously, I mean, he's playing Terran in this tournament. He's from Europe, so that's not really risking too much of my neck there saying that. Yeah, just he's a really good player. I don't know anything about State really. His name is State. But I've seen a lot of BabyNight matches, and I just really like his playstyle, and I just really want him to win. So I'm going to go ahead and give this match to BabyNight. Yeah. Okay, so next up we have Curious versus Titan. Honestly, all I know about these players is I know Curious was in Code A about a year ago, and he was, pretty good on the GSL. Basically what I'm saying is I know he's Korean. Which reminds me of when I was a kid, I took Taekwondo classes, and I was about 7. And there was this girl there. She was like a much older girl. She was a black girl, and she would make it her. We would always spar each other. I don't know why we always got paired up for sparring, but she would just kick me in the balls repeatedly. Like, this girl showed up and lived just to kick me in the balls. I never even said anything to this girl, but I think she just wanted to kick someone in the balls, and there I was. The point of this story is Taekwondo is Korean, and so is Curious. So there you go. Alright, this next matchup is another ZBZ, but it's a special one. It's a very exciting one, actually, because it is Moonglade versus Scarlet. And everyone's going to be watching this match. Everyone's watching Scarlet. It's just really awesome. It's like so cool that a female is one of the top StarCraft players in the world right now, and she got there legitimately. She's pretty damn skilled. Yeah, I really would like her to win. I actually think, based on the momentum she has gotten lately in these recent tournaments, she very well could. I'm going to say she will. That being said, Moonglade is an amazing Zerg player. I mean, other than Hydra and a couple others, he's like one of the best non-Korean Zergs there are. And hopefully after this tournament we won't have to put that non-Korean disclaimer on every foreign player. We'll just be able to say one of the best Zergs in the world. But we'll see. Hopefully Scarlet or Moonglade can take us there. And next is our other TVT. It's Chris Lee, who's an American. He's only 16 years old, but he's going to be facing off against Phoenix. Phoenix was, one of the best known players outside of Korea, again, for a long time. Still is. Really good player. Amazing replays. A lot to learn for Terran players from Phoenix replays, for sure. Illusion's TVT percentages aren't great. It may be his weakest matchup. Apparently he wins less than half of them. So that sucks, but we're going to see what happens. But I will definitely predict Phoenix on this one. Alright, next up we have ImMafia versus Rain. Mafia, a professional poker player, and not all that pleasant to look at. I'm sorry. It's so superficial. I just think it's funny, really. He is an Australian. He's a professional poker player, but he is actually having a lot of surprising results lately with his Zerg play. Rain, however, he's also relatively new to StarCraft 2, but he came from Brood War. He didn't come from poker. He came from Brood War, and he came from Korea, not Australia. So just as far as pure mechanics and skill, Rain was a Brood War player. That's like, it's like a badge of honor in this scene, at least for me and many others. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm sorry. I'm going to give this one to Rain. Alright. Yeah, next up we have Major versus Hero, and Major hails from Mexico, and Hero is the other hero, the CJ Entis hero. And yeah, Major's got his work cut out for him, because Hero is, he's like pure devastation. He wins. He wins a lot, and he wins without hesitation. So yeah, I think this is the only one I'm going to say without a doubt will go to Hero. And if I'm wrong, well then I won't do anything. But I'll be wrong. So there you go. All right, and wrapping it up, we have Insure versus Lowly. Insure might need insurance after this match because he's a little outmatched in this one. I think he's very new. He's a very good player. Obviously, anyone in this tournament's a very good player. But Lowly's been playing a long time, and he's from Belarus. That's in the Eastern Bloc. Like, those dudes don't fuck around. Like, I've seen some movies, man. Yeah, this one, we're gonna go to Lowly on this one. Well then, I guess that all that leaves to ask is, who do I think is going to win this thing? Who? Well, Danny Glover's an option, but he might be busy. I guess I'm going to say the finals. I'm going to say the finals are going to be between Rain and Stefano. And deep down inside, the part where you don't know but you can't hear it, I think Rain's going to win. But because I want a foreigner to win the biggest StarCraft tournament, I want Stefano to win this, and I want him to just get a haircut. Just please. So there's my predictions. Stefano's going to take it, even though I don't really think he's going to take it. He's going to take it from Rain. So let's go Stefano, or any other foreigner. Come on. This has been Sahara Drac. Hope you enjoyed the WCS preview. I'll be back soon. My computer's working again, so that should help. And yeah, I love you all.